here from the Next Issue podcast with another anime review. As I mentioned in a previous video, Funimation put out some stuff for preview that's coming up in the near future for their summer releases. Today I'll be talking about the first episode of Sonny Boy. And I gotta say, this is all based on original material according to the director. I saw a review or an interview with the director, and he was talking about this is all original IP. This isn't based on anything really, which kind of like our last review for Scarlet Nexus, which is interesting to have some of these anime that are coming from original items as opposed to just pre-existing manga, which we can kind of tell by how the manga is doing. Like, is it a popular property or not? So I like that Funimation and the team are taking more risk like this to bring in something that's completely original as opposed to pre-existing stuff. So the synopsis for this real quick, and I gotta tell you, this is a weird one. So bear with me because I watched this twice and I think I kind of understand what's happening, but there's a lot of questions here. So the synopsis reads as such: empty classrooms, boring days. It was supposed to be a normal summer vacation, just like any other. Suddenly, the school begins to drift through another dimension, and 36 students are left there, awakening their supernatural abilities. Amidst the whirlpool of questions that come to mind, one after another, survival in a supernatural world begins. So we start with who I believe our titular character is, Nagara, who is just a student that he's one of the students that did not get powers in this world. But we also meet Nozomi, who is another. You can kind of tell she's going to be important because of the way she's dressed. She's an exchange student that it happened to be like her first day there, so her uniform is completely different from everyone else, which is an interesting way. It's a very subtle way to tell you that this person is going to be important, right? Because they are dressed differently. So yeah, I think this story, based on what the videos that I saw with the director, he wanted to do some stuff that it's gonna be kind of like a Castaway stuff, but also like the Lost Family Robinson, I think it's called. I also get a lot of Lord of the Flies vibes from this kind of stuff. Not as much as like something per se like Royal Rumble, where like the kids gotta fight each other to death, but definitely something where these students have to build a society and coexist, right? Especially when the balance of power kind of shifts between who may have been in power in the real world. In power, I mean that like high school popularity, student council, all those things that kind of set the power structure in a Japanese school. Whereas in this world, like, so are the people that have powers now going to be in control? And then how do these powers work? Who's getting? Does everybody have powers? Is like it's very weird. It also gave me a lot of vibes of, if anyone is familiar with the Woods comic from James Tynion. Um, the school's kind of transported to a different dimension. That's kind of the premise as well of the Woods. The Woods kind of takes us into a completely different place, just based on the episode I saw for this. Um, but I'm very intrigued. I think the way I can judge the success of this first episode, at least for me, is that it left me with a lot of questions that I'm actually interested in finding out the answers. Um, I think I like the characters a lot. I don't have the list of all the characters. Let me see if I can find the one I thought was pretty interesting. But yeah, no, I don't have all the characters' names. There's one kid that has kind of like a star birthmark or tattoo in his face. He seems to be like one of those characters that's very knowledgeable, but also like kind of has his own hidden purpose behind behind what he's doing. So that's pretty interesting. Nagara is kind of a go with the vibe type of, like, definitely um the type of hero that doesn't want to be part of the adventure, but he kind of has to be. I forget the actual term. Like I mentioned, Nozomi is there to kind of like really not only help Naga, but kind of also explore her own world. So I quite enjoyed this anime, or this first premiere episode. Like I said, I think it left me with a lot of really interesting questions. Um, the animation style is definitely a little bit different from. It's not as stylized as some other anime. This gives me more vibes of like something that's more subtle, especially while they spend time in this whole dimension, which is just pitch darkness. Like it's not very vibrant and in your face like a lot of anime can be. This is a lot more subtle. Um, all the characters have very distinctive features, but overall their dress code is the same because they're wearing a uniform. Um, and yeah, there's not a lot of big action pieces. This is more of something that's kind of like character pieces where they're talking to each other and having conversations and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm interested to see what this is going to happen, where this is going to go. At the end, we do get one big. I don't want to call it a reveal because it's not really a reveal. It's more of a change in circumstance. Now, this one for sure, I know that is only available to watch on Funimation for a little while on their YouTube channel. So by the time you're watching this, it's probably not available anymore. But um, I'm definitely looking forward to this. This is supposed to come out, I believe, July 21st on Funimation, if I remember correctly. This is from Madhouse Studios, and it's definitely a sci-fi anime. So let me know if you did get to watch the preview for Funimation. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this. If you would recommend it, I'm definitely hooked enough that I will be watching. I also don't know if this will get a dub. We'll see. I'll look more into that because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I prefer watching the dub just because I like to focus on the animation and everything without having to read the subtitles. But I can also, this is good enough that I would watch it with subtitles if needed. So I know sometimes Funimation just kind of delays the dub by a few weeks, especially like ongoing stuff like this. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of this, if you liked it, if you'll be watching it, and if you want us to do more anime reviews. I know there's a lot of stuff coming up now that summer's happening. So let us know in the comments, and remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the little bell to remind you of when we do videos and when we go live. We go live most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, we have a lot of a plethora of conversations, including stuff that we've been watching, and I'll talk to the guys about this kind of stuff now, since I want to get them to watch more anime. So, thanks everyone for watching. Bye bye.